Welcome back to TXT Track Time. Five-time Olympic medalist and strong body gal, Shericka Jackson is coming for 100-meter dominance this season. We believe that Shericka Jackson is in 10-6 shape. When we get back, we will take you on her journey to success. Please remember to like this video and subscribe to our channel. We are on a journey to 10K subscribers. Your support allows us to continue bringing you quality content.
Unbelievable! He's done it again! Thompson pulls here! Thompson Hero wins! 10-6-0! Olympic record! Whoa! Another goal! The legacy as one of the all-time greats is surely complete. The Olympic champion becomes the world champion. The defending champion comes back and wins again in supreme style.
Hey trackies, welcome back. Let's chat for a little bit. If someone had said something like this to me in 2020 after seeing Shericka run 10.7, then I would have probably laughed them to scorn. After all, 10.7 is no joke, and running 10.7 doesn't mean you can run 10.6. For a long time, 10.7 for women was the holy grail of sprinting, and yes, we did see the likes of Carmelita Jetta running 10.6, also Marion Jones, and don't forget the world record holder Florence Griffith Joyner. But apart from Jetta, the other two have raised question marks about the validity of the times they have produced. So it has been long accepted that 10.7 was the elusive barrier that every female athlete aspired to. Fast forward to 2021, and that barrier blocking the female sprinters has been shattered, ripped apart, and laid to rest. From Shelly and Fraser Price dropping 10.6s at 34 to Elaine Thompson-Herah taking it a step further, hitting the 10.5 mark and becoming the only female in history to dip below 10.75 times, the evolution of sprinting last season has been ridiculous. And it didn't just happen in the sprints, but we saw it in the jumps with Yulimar Rojas, the 400-meter hurdles with Cindy McLaughlin and Dalila Mohammed, and we can even take it all the way up to the longer distances with Sifan Hassan and Letisen Bekgidi trading world records. So, when TXT Track Time circles back to Shericka, you can now understand why TXT Track Time will make the bold prediction of saying Shericka Jackson will run 10.6 this season. Looking at her 2021 exploits, she went from running 11.02 seconds to entering the Jamaican Senior Trials 100-meter event just to challenge for a spot on the relay team.
Up to 3 weeks before the national championships in 2021, Shericka Jackson said she was training with the quarter milers with no intention of running the 100 meters. After running 11.02 and 22.93 at the J3A's Olympic Destiny Series, her coach Paul Francis made the decision for her to enter the 200 meters. Her training shifted, focusing on the 200 meters as her primary event, with the decision taken for her to run the 100-meter heats at the trials for a relay spot.
I run a 100, which I ran a personal best at the time. I run like 11.02.
I remember that was.
I was excited, like I was like, oh my!
Yeah.
I got faster. That mean I'm going to run good 400, and I was like, okay then. Then I go back to run 200, and my wig was coming up. I was like, no. I hold my wig and I hold my head down. I was like, no, not today. My wig. At the time I run like 22.9. I was like, no man, that means I'm going in good shape.
Yes.
If I was holding my wig and running for majority of the race, that means I'm going in good shape.
Yeah.
So for me, it was good. I think after that, coach made a decision and said, okay, you're going to run the 200. And I was like, yes, at least I'm not going to run in the 400, right? But you're going to run the 100 for a release spot. Okay, you know, the 2019 problem, yes, I don't want it again.
Right, you can't do the excitement.
Yes, so run the 100 and then you
just
have
to get
a
in the
relay.
top 6 for the
yes,
race.
And I was only supposed to run the heat of the 100.
So trackies, up to this point in late May, early June 2021, Shericka Jackson never considered running the 100 meters as a remote possibility. Fast forward to the national trials in late June, where she produced an astounding PB of 10.91 seconds in the heats. And her coach Paul Francis scratched designs of her entering the 100 meters solely for a spot in the relay pool and told her that she is going for an individual spot in the marquee event of track and field.
No, the thing is, when I finished recovering, I was like, Coach, do I have to come tomorrow? And he was like, why not? And I was like, but I already run the heats.
Yeah.
He was like, no, you're running the semis. I was like, what?
So you're running the semis too?
Yes.
Yeah.
I was like, what? And he was like, yes, you're running the semi and the finals. And I was like, okay.
And so it should have been. There was just something about the way Shericka was running that made observers start to dabble with the possibilities. Possibilities that Shericka herself didn't think of at the time. Back then, I remember saying to Tom, you know what? Shericka is making the individual team ahead of Brianna. This was obviously before this channel was created, but the notion of Shericka running a whole lot faster wasn't the thought process either. But then she ran 10.9 looking like this. Then 10.7 looking like that. TXT trackies, please remember the way Shericka looked because we're going to come back to this in a little bit. Okay, so by now, TXT Track Time has already called gold, silver, and bronze for Jamaica. Of course, this was barring on the shape that Elaine Thompson-Herah was going to show up in, but her 10.71 seconds in Hungary sold that. Anyway, so Shericka again turned up at the Olympics looking is not only the most obvious fact that she has a bad start, but she's the only one aside from Elaine that can hold her top end speed for so long. And there's also the apparent ease at which she appears to be running.
In the space of 3 short months, Shericka Jackson transformed from quarter-miler specialist to elite sprinter. And without serious background training, Shericka Jackson was able to produce 4 10.7 clock-ins, ranking her as joint 11th on the all-time sprinting list.
I was training with the quarter milers up until probably 3 weeks
Before
or
trials?
less before trials.
Fast forward to the present, and she has already opened her season for 2022. When TXT Track Time looks at her 60-meter run, we're actually a little flabbergasted. Shericka Jackson opened her season on February 5th, posting a respectable time of 7.23 seconds into a headwind of 1.2 meters per second. And she was able to hold off a decent field, including longtime 60-meter specialist Ramona Burchell to win the finals. TXT Track Time is not focused on the time she ran, which is an impressive season opener in a negative wind. What we want to address is this new sprinting phenom and how fast she can really go.
TXT Track Time family, Let's take a moment to compare her ease running the 60 meters and winning to how she looked last season over the 100 meters. Remember guys, this is the 60 meters, what is supposedly the weakest part of her race. The only person that TXT Track Time feels has looked this impressive running a 60 meters while cruising is Elaine Thompson-Herah. She did this run back in 2017, and by now you should all know that TXT Track Time feels that she should have been a 10-6 runner from then. So, with Shericka looking this deadly over the 60 meters, then what do you think the 100 meters holds for her this season, in a season that she has described as her being in the best shape of her life?
So, Trackies, is it possible for Shericka Jackson to move to the very elite 10-6 club? TXT Track Time certainly thinks so. Shericka herself said that since opening her season, she is in the best shape of her life, mentally and physically.
Actually, I think it's the best I've ever felt in a long while.
I love that.
I don't know if it's because I'm getting the weight properly down, but it's the best I've ever felt.
Okay.
After her 60-meter run, it's safe to say that Shericka's background training is going well. Plus, it's still early season, so things are looking really good for her. We expect to see Shericka lowering her PB to around 10.72 before the World Championships, and providing that she remains in good shape, we expect to see her stop the clock below 10.70 in Eugene.
TXT Track Time family, you know that we over here at TXT Track Time have always been bold, and this time we are taking the lead in predicting that Shericka Jackson will dip below 10.7 seconds this season and join the elusive 10-6 club. Are you with us? Yay or nay? Sound off in the comment section below. And as we've been saying, we're on our way to 10,000 subscribers. Hit that subscribe button and like this video and watch another video while you're at it. I'm your girl T.
And I'm Tam. We'll catch you in another one.